Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another great product spotlight video brought to you from Mount Baker Vapor. And today we are going to be showcasing a device that you may or may not be excited about, because let's be honest, there's a lot of pod systems out there these days, but that's what we got. We got a pod system from a company called Justfog. Some of you may be familiar with it from our other video, which was the Justfog Minifit video. And if you haven't checked that one out, be sure to check that device out as well, because if you are a fan of pod devices, I guarantee that you will be a fan of the Minifit. So this is going to be very similar to the Minifit. Bigger battery, bigger pod. I mean, what's not to love about that? A few other cool little features that they've incorporated to the design that kind of set this device apart. But as far as I'm concerned, like, this is where it's at for me right now as far as pod systems go, has been with Justfog. Like I said in the other video, we discovered them when we were at TPE in January of 2018 and just completely blew me away. So this is the video that you want to watch if you are looking for a brand new pod device that is going to give you a great battery life, a great flavor and vapor production, and really satisfy that nicotine craving, and it's portable. I mean, what else can you ask for? So like we always do, we're going to dive down, we're going to unbox it, take a look at it, and see what it's all about. All right, and here is our close-up look at the Justfog C601 kit. That's, it's quite the name. I mean, C601, it almost sounds like a serial number. I got a little hung up on the name at first. Wasn't really a fan of that, but that really doesn't have anything to do with the device itself. You can see they've got labeled clearly here on the top, Justfog Justfog. That's what they got here. Minifit's the other one. All the information for the device on the side here. Some color options over here. They've got black, white, orange, blue, and green. We will have the black, white, blue, and blue options available on our website. So really nice packaging. I really like their packaging just because it's very, very basic. They put like just the necessities in there. We've got our USB cable. We have got the C601 itself. And then we've also got a replacement, or a pod for it. So also kind of a con, but it seems to be the case with a lot of pod devices these days. There are some that don't necessarily follow this rule, but I've noticed that a lot of them only come with one pod in them. You know, two would be nice. I wish that more pod devices, especially this one, because I like the Justfog devices so much, came with two. But you can always pick up a 3-pack of these replacement pods, and I understand why they do it. You know, you want returning customers, and if I throw 3 pods in this starter kit, I might never see you again. So definitely keeps them at the top of my mind, especially once you've experienced what this device is all about. What we're looking at here in this pod with this nice little silicone case is a 1.7 mil pod. So the Justfog Minifit pod is a 1.5 mil, so 0.2 extra mils. It is a bigger pod. Same thing as the Justfog Minifit though. You can really feel like the quality of the pod. You can see the time and effort they took into crafting these pods to make sure that they were durable. Another thing we haven't really talked about in the Minifit video, but it's applicable to both these pods and the Minifit pods, is the number of uses you get out of them. So typically, I see 3 to 5 uses out of a pod. I can really push it past that and go to sometimes maybe like 6 or 7 with most of them, but you don't really get the same flavor and vapor production. I ran a pod on one of these and on my Minifit for almost 2 weeks before it really became unbearable to use. It just tasted really burnt. And it wasn't even so much the burnt, it was the lack of flavor that I was getting that made me want to change the pod. Plus the vapor production changed a little bit. So these pods are really gonna last you a long time. If we're measuring it in amount of time rather than an amount of fills, I would say that you're gonna get, with heavy usage, at least a week out of each pod. That's just been my experience. Your experience may differ depending on what juices you use. a lot of the extended life I got was with the use of nicotine salts and 50/50 blends. So if you're gonna go to a juice with a thicker blend, probably not gonna get the same amount of life out of it. Here we've got the blue version. Had to go with the blue, represent Mount Baker Vapor Blue right here. And this, I believe, is a 650 mAh battery. We can check on the side of the box. Yeah, 650 mAh. So the Minifit was a 375. So if you enjoyed the Minifit, or you're just looking for a pod style device with a larger battery life, you're gonna have the 650 mAh battery right here. And I still actually, using this very heavily, have not been able to drain the battery in one day. The coil inside of the pod itself is a 1.6 ohm coil. So a slight bump from the Justfog Minifit, which was a 1.5 ohm coil, but it works really well. And I gotta tell you, the airflow design on both of their devices, so the C601 and the Justfog Minifit, are just really great. They work perfectly with these devices, and you can see kind of where the airflow is going to come through these little slots down here at the bottom, and you can see how they put these 3 airflow holes here. Just really, really functional. Very simple, very straightforward, and easy to use. You know, like I said, we've had a really good experience working with all the people from Justfog. Shout out to Anthony, who has been more than helpful throughout this whole process of getting the product here and getting it up for sale. It's just been a pleasure to work with. And, you know, talking with him and just experiencing their company, you can see that that's really what they're all about. They're all about providing devices that are going to be very, very straightforward, very easy to use. They're going to be dependable. They're going to be made out of quality materials, and they're going to be something that you can use to transition from smoking to vaping. And that's what they want to do. They want to make the transition as easy as possible, and they want to do that with a device and a name that you're going to come to know and love. So C601, that's where this fits in, along with the Justfog Minifit. Let's go ahead and fill up our pod. Same style door as the Justfog Minifit. It's like a little door that opens up. Again, we've got these 2 holes here, the larger hole being the fill hole, and the second hole is going to be to allow that pressure to escape so that you don't get vapor lock. It makes it really easy to fill. Also a really large fill hole, so you're pretty much going to be able to get almost any bottle size that you have the nozzle top into there to fill this device. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, we do sell these at mountbakervapor.com, mtbakervapor.com. You can pick up one of those blunt needle tips for like 69 cents. If it's something you're really worried about, it's definitely worth that 69 cents to kind of make this whole process easier for you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of strawberry kiwi. Got a 50/50 blend here. That's my preference with pod style devices, is a thinner blend, 50/50 blend, or nic salt blends, which a lot of them are 50/50 as well. One of the things I didn't mention in the Minifit video that I feel like is worth mentioning here in this video for the C601 is that these don't require high levels of nicotine. Some pod style devices, let's say you normally use a 3 or 6 milligram nicotine, you're forced to go up and use a nicotine strength that's way higher. So you're gonna find yourself using like 30 milligram nic salts, 50 milligram nic salts. Certain companies out there who shall remain nameless, you have to use those in order to get that nicotine that you need. I've been using 3 in here, and I feel like I'm getting the nicotine I need. Does it feel a little on the low side? Yes. So a lot of times what I've been doing, I've either been bumping it up to 6, sometimes 12, but even with the 12 milligram 50/50 in here, you're gonna get a nice little nic buzz off that. So if you're used to using lower milligrams nicotine, you might wanna keep that in mind, that the 3 or 6 is still gonna be very satisfying. And I believe that has to do with the way the coils are built and the way it works in conjunction with the battery. Also with the airflow, this smooth airflow, this well-balanced airflow that provides really great vapor production, really delivers that nicotine very, very efficiently. A few things worth noting. So let's go ahead and fill this up. And these pods, even though they look thick and feel thick, they're very easy to see through, which is pretty nice. And if you notice you do get a little bit of juice kind of bubbling up, just give it a minute and let it settle in. Really am a big fan of this strawberry kiwi. It's pretty good flavor. Not too sweet, but it's got a little sweetness, very clean fruit flavor. These pods wick really well and really fast also. So I would say, you know, give it 5 minutes, let it kind of prime that coil and that cotton up really nice. You can also see right here on the sides of the pod there are little divots. And just like with the Justfog Minifit, there's going to be little notches. So right here, there's these little notches on the side that are going to clip onto the side of this pod. It doesn't really matter which way you put it in because the battery connections are centered there. Just pop it right on and it locks right on. There you go. Sometimes if you have trouble putting one side in first and then pushing the other side in helps. It's on there pretty secure. In order to get it off, you really got to yank on it and they'll release. Or you can push to one side and then pull it from the other, and that also will get it off as well. Go ahead and let that saturate for a little bit. One of the things you're going to notice right off the bat is the look of this. You're looking at this and you're wondering, what is that for? What the hell is that thing for? It could make a convenient little stand, I guess, but that's not, I don't really think that's the purpose of it. And this is kind of built around the fire button and it swivels. So what that is to kind of keep the pod clean, so it keeps stuff from getting in there. If you're going to put it in your pocket like that, you can put that over and then you can stuff this in your pocket and you got to worry about stuff getting inside your pod. So cool little feature. It kind of makes it stand out. In my opinion, it kind of detracts from the look of the device a little bit, but it is really functional. I found this to be really handy for using as a clip. So you can also use it as a clip. You can put it on the outside of your pocket. So let's say you just want to fold it like that, and then you want to put it inside your pocket. This can hang out, and then it clips right to your inside of your pocket. You could put it on a purse strap. You could put it inside of a shirt pocket. Kind of show you what that looks like a little bit later, but it makes it really easy to keep track of this device. And some of these smaller devices, you can really misplace them very easily because they're so small. And like I said, just like with the Justfog Minifit, also really compact size. Almost about the size of a garage door opener, and they really remind me kind of like a fancy looking garage door opener. So it's kind of nice that you can clip this on something and you know where it's at. And I'm not having to dig around in a pocket or dig around in a purse. I just unclip it. It's right there ready to go. Let's go ahead and head back up and we'll talk about it a little bit and we'll vape on it. So you can see the amount of vapor that this thing is producing with a 1.6 ohm coil. And like I said, I really think that the vapor and flavor production that this thing delivers just really has to do more with the way they've designed the airflow on these pods and with these holes on the device. The pod has a really good feel in your mouth as well. You can see the contours in the pod, just a very comfortable fit, very comfortable to vape on. Sometimes I kind of like to bite on them. I mean, it makes it kind of comfortable to do that. And these things may seem like small things, and I'm sure they're all personal preferences, but anyone who's been a smoker kind of knows you get used to this certain feel. So having something that has a comfortable feel in your mouth is important when it comes to a device like this. That's what this is for. For the most part, you're going to see a lot of people making that transition from cigarettes to vaping that are going to use pod style devices. Not that everyone doesn't, because personally I enjoy pod style devices. I like to see what's going on out there. I like to see what's new in this industry and what's coming out. It's always exciting. And the Justfog C601 definitely does not disappoint. For as far as function, this is also button operated for firing. So it's not an auto draw system, which to me just feels much more dependable. We didn't really talk about that when we did the Justfog Minifit video, but I really like the dependability of the firing switch. Sometimes with auto draw, you'll take a puff, it'll keep firing on its own. I've had juice get inside of that hole because the pods get leaky and it really screws up that battery, or the battery overheats due to whatever. I don't know. I don't build mods. Not sure why that happens, but I've noticed that is a common experience that I've had with not pocket mods, but pod style devices that utilize an auto draw system. So this is just my personal preference. I'm sure some of you had different experience. If you have, be sure to share that with us. We'd love to hear that from you. But the button firing, to me, that's what really sets them apart, especially how quick they fire, how dependable it is. That's what I want to see from a device like this. That's what I need to make that transition from cigarettes over to vaping. I need something that's going to be dependable. I need something that's going to deliver good vapor production. I need something that's going to have a dependable battery life. 650 mAh, like I said, I vape all day, every day, and haven't been able to really kill this thing in one day's time yet. So in order to turn on the device, you can see it's on right now. 5 clicks on and off, pretty standard. And you'll see it lights up. There's going to be 3 different light settings that are going to be your battery life indicator here. So white light is going to be 70% to 100% of a charge. Then there will transition to a blue light, and blue light is going to be 30% to 70% of a charge. And then it'll transition to a red light, which is 30% below. Now you can keep vaping it at that point because when it is time to charge this thing, when it's absolutely time to charge it, not that I recommend completely draining your battery, try and charge it at red. But it'll start to flash. It'll flash red 6 times, and that means that's it. That's as far as it goes. It is time to put this thing on a charger right now. Do not vape this anymore. One of the other things we didn't really talk about with the Justfog Minifit is the fact that these are they're very discreet. So not everybody wants to be out there blowing big clouds or, like really carrying around this large device. Some people kind of want to keep it under wraps that they're vaping. Maybe for whatever reason, they just don't want other people knowing they vape. So discretion is key here. I'm not telling you by any means to be going to vaping places you shouldn't be vaping. You're not supposed to vape where you can't smoke for the most part. Let's make us all look good. Make the vapors look good. Let's abide by the rules, but these do make one hell of a stealth vape. Very easy to hide. Don't make a lot of noise as long as you can hide. That little cloud you're blowing everywhere. Like I said, not condoning that, but definitely a plus on this device. The strawberry kiwi in this tastes really, really good. I am actually getting better flavor out of the C601 than I did out of the Justfog Minifit. Definitely love them both, but I gotta say the airflow is a little more open on this. Not getting such a tight draw, so if you just want something that's compact, easy to carry around, got a good battery life, then that's where it's at. So make sure to check these out at mtbakervapor.com. We got 3 different colors you can choose from. Just a cool little device, and go there, check it out. Let us know what you think, post some comments, maybe write a review, put it on the website. If you have any questions, or you can post them down here below. Just ask us some questions. We'd be more than happy to shoot you an answer. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to our channel, like and share this video. Also check us out on one of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Always got a lot of stuff going there. Before I forget to mention it, we always do Facebook Live videos on Monday. So we'll have a Facebook Live video on Monday announcing the release of a product, and then Friday we will announce the winners. Usually we do like 3 to 5 winners, so if you're looking for something new, you're gonna wanna check out that video. Just tune in, always tons of great stuff going on. At the end of the day, we just wanna get people off those cigarettes. We wanna get you vaping. Personally, I know that it has definitely made a huge difference in my life being a smoker, and I think this is beneficial information to share with people. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll be sure to keep bringing great product spotlight videos your way.